Hello students, myself Bhupinder Kaur, lecturer biology from Government Model Senior Secondary School 3B1 Mohali. Dear students, we are doing our 7th chapter, that is evolution, and our today's topic is adaptive radiation and Hardy-Weinberg law. Now students, we have discussed about morphological and anatomical evidences, and there I told you about homologous organs. Now what are homologous organs, students? Homo means same, logos means origin. So the organs which are having the same origin, same structure but performing different functions, they are known as what? Homologous organs. And these homologous organs, they lead to what? They lead to divergent evolution. They lead to divergent evolution. And this divergent evolution actually means what? Adaptive radiation. Or we can say that divergent evolution is also known by the name adaptive radiation. For example, students, this is a common ancestral stock. ये एक ancestral stock है और by chance ऐसा होता है कि ये जो ancestral stock के individuals जो हैं, they got separated. अगर वो separate हो जाते हैं due to some geographical barrier. Now, each and every individual is facing different environment. And it will try to adjust or adapt itself with the varied environment. And what will happen after some time? These individuals which are facing different environment, they will develop into different species. So here we are seeing that different species, they are formed from a common ancestral stock due to the adaptations or adjustments with the varied environment. So this process of the formation of different species from a common ancestral stock or the process of radiation of a common ancestral stock into different species due to adaptation with the varied environment, this is known as what? Adaptive radiation. So students, today we are going to discuss about adaptive radiations and its examples, and very important law which was given by two scientists, Hardy and Weinberg, and the law is known as Hardy-Weinberg law. So students, let's start it.
Okay students, let us do the topic adaptive radiation and Hardy-Weinberg principle and try to understand them with the help of some examples. Now what are adaptive radiation? Adaptive radiation may be defined as the evolution of animals in several directions from a single ancestral type, or the formation of a number of diverse species from a single ancestral stock is called adaptive radiation. So the formation of different species from a single or common ancestral stock is known as adaptive radiation. Now, what are the various examples of adaptive radiation? The first, most common and important example of adaptive radiation is Darwin's finches. Now, what are finches? Finches, these are small black birds found in Galapagos Island. We all know that Charles Darwin went for a voyage in a ship called HMS Beagle, and he explored almost every part of the world, and he reached Galapagos Island, and he was highly influenced by the different varieties of these finches or small black birds found in the Galapagos Islands. He was very much impressed by these finches because these finches, they vary in their food habits, they vary in their beak structures. So to honor him, the Galapagos finches, they are also called as Darwin's finches. So when he observed these finches, he found that these finches, they were sharing many common characteristics among themselves. They seems to have been originated from a single ancestral stock, and the single ancestral stock, it belongs to seed eating birds. तो when Charles Darwin he reached Galapagos Islands, तो उसने देखा कि ये जो small black sized birds हैं they show a number of differences among themselves. इनकी food habits काफ़ी अलग थी, इनकी beak structure काफ़ी अलग थी, but still वो कुछ common characters आपस में share कर रही थी, जिससे ये पता लग रहा था कि these all finches they are formed from a single ancestral stock. और हुआ क्या कि when this single ancestral stock it immigrated to different islands, and in order to adjust themselves to the different environmental conditions prevailing in that particular environment, they formed what new species. तो single ancestral stock जो था वो migrate हो गया into different islands, और different islands में अपने आप को adjust करने के लिए या adapt करने के लिए उन्होंने अपने अंदर न्यू कैरेक्टर्स एक्वायर किए, और इस तरीके से विद ड्यू कोर्स ऑफ टाइम दे फॉर्म्ड डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फिंचेस. सो एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ लिविंग इन आइसोलेटेड आइलैंड्स, जब कोई स्पीशीज़ काफ़ी टाइम तक आइसोलेटेड आइलैंड पे रहेगी तो नेचुरली वो उस आइलैंड में अपने आप को एडजस्ट करने की कोशिश करेगी, अपने आप को अडाप्ट करने की कोशिश करेगी, एंड इन ऑर्डर टू एडजस्ट और अडाप्ट इट विल एक्वायर न्यू कैरेक्टर्स, एंड विद ड्यू कोर्स ऑफ टाइम इट विल फॉर्म अ डिफरेंट स्पीशीज. सो इस तरीके से डार्विन की ये जो डिफरेंट फिंचेस थी विच वर डिफरिंग इन देयर बीक structure, students observe the beak structure. The beak structure is almost different in these all finches, but they all were sharing some common characters. They all seem to have been formed from a single ancestral stock, that is seed eating birds. So this is an important example of adaptive radiation. सो एडाप्टिव रेडिएशन स्टूडेंट्स मैमल्स में भी देखा गया है. मैमल्स की डिफरेंट टाइप्स हैं लाइक मोनोट्रीम्स, मार्सुपियल्स एंड यूथेरियंस, एंड ऑल दीज टाइप्स ऑफ मैमल्स दे शेयर मेनी common characteristics among themselves, and they all seem to have been formed from single ancestral stock. So all the monotremes, marsupials and eutherians, the different types of mammals, they all have been originated from a single ancestral stock. So this is also an example of adaptive radiation. Now students, adaptive radiation that is seen in the placental mammals based on locomotion. So अगर a single different जो types हैं mammals की, they are formed from a single ancestral stock. For example, placental mammals they are formed, marsupials they are formed, and monotremes they are formed from a single ancestral stock. So ये जो placental mammals हैं students, placental mammals में भी adaptive radiation देखी गई है according to their habitat और according to their different habits. So placental mammals, marsupials और monotremes जो हैं वो adaptively radiated हैं from a single ancestral stock. इसी तरीके से placental mammals जो हैं वो भी radiate हुए हैं in different forms due to their adaptations to the varying environments. तो एडाप्टिव रेडिएशन स्टूडेंट्स मार्सुपियल मैमल्स में देखी गई है बेस्ड ऑन लोकोमोशन. जो लिम्ब स्ट्रक्चर है प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स की, इट प्रोवाइड अ वेरी गुड एग्जाम्पल ऑफ एडाप्टिव रेडिएशन. The ancestor of the present day placental mammals was a five-toed, short-legged terrestrial insectivore. तो जितने भी placental mammals हैं, they are formed from single ancestral stock, and the single ancestral stock was five-toed, short-legged terrestrial insectivore. From such single ancestral stock, various modern types of mammals they have evolved by the modification of limbs. तो ये जो single ancestral stock था, इसको अलग अलग तरीके का environment मिला. कुछ को जो है water मिला, कुछ ने एयर में अपने लिम्ब्स को यूज़ किया, कुछ ने वाटर में अपने लिम्ब को यूज़ किया, कुछ ने लैंड पे अपने लिम्ब को यूज़ किया इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोटेक्ट इटसेल्फ फ्रॉम दी प्रेडेटर. तो इस तरीके से डिफरेंट टाइप के प्लेसेंटल मैमल स्टूडेंट्स इवॉल्व हुए हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर modification of their limbs. So flying placental mammals they have been evolved, climbing placental mammals have evolved, flying swimming placental mammals have evolved. Cursorial placental mammals, cursorial means for running placental mammals they have evolved, and fusorial means burrowing habit wale placental mammals. They all have evolved from a single ancestral stock, and they all have used their limbs in different environments, and therefore they have evolved into different फॉर्म्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल स्टूडेंट्स, ये डायग्राम दिखाया गया है, तो इस डायग्राम में हम देख रहे हैं कि डिफरेंट मैमल्स में अपने लिम्ब्स को डिफरेंट वे से यूज़ किया इन डिफरेंट हैबिटेट, एंड इन दिस वे दे हैव बिन अडेप्टिवली रेडिएटेड into different forms. For example, ब्लैट के केस में limbs जो हैं they are used for flying. In case of squirrel, the limb that is used for climbing. In case of elephant, the limb is used for walking. In case of cheetah and deer, the limb is used for running. In case of flying squirrel, this limb that is used for the gliding purpose, and in case of seal, the limb they are used for swimming purpose. तो ये जो limbs की modification है for performing different functions, this is an example of divergent evolution, or we can say this is an example of adaptive radiation, because adaptive radiation is also known by the name divergent evolution. तो ये जो एंसेस्ट्रल स्टॉक है, सिंगल एंसेस्ट्रल स्टॉक है, ये डाइवर्ज्ड हुई है इनटू डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स ड्यू टू द अडेप्टेशन ऑफ देयर लिम्स इन द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ हैबिटेट्स और इन डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, जिस तरीके से अडाप्टिव रेडिएशन प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स में देखी गई है, इसी तरीके की अडाप्टिव रेडिएशन स्टूडेंट्स मार्सुपियल्स में भी देखी गई है. एंड वी ऑल नो दैट मार्सुपियल्स दे आर रिस्ट्रिक्टेड इन देयर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. दे आर फाउंड ओनली इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया. सो डार्विन ऑब्जर्व दैट अ नंबर ऑफ मार्सुपियल्स, पाउच्ड मैमल जिसको कहते हैं, ईच डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द अदर, इवॉल्व फ्रॉम अ कॉमन एंसेस्ट्रल स्टॉक बट ऑल विद इन दी ऑस्ट्रेलिया. और स्टूडेंट, इतनी ज़्यादा वेराइटीज़ मार्सुपियल्स की इसलिए है इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया बिकॉज प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स की इवोल्यूशन से पहले ऑस्ट्रेलिया जो था वो मेन आइलैंड से सेपरेट हो गया था. इसीलिए ऑस्ट्रेलिया में प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स जो हैं दे आर वेरी लेस इन नंबर, और प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स दे आर मोर अडेप्टेड टू देयर एनवायरनमेंट. और प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स के कम होने के कारण यहाँ पे इन केस ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया मार्सुपियल्स जो हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा क्या किए हैं, इवॉल्व किए हैं, एंड दे हैव इवॉल्व इनटू डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स. जैसे कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में डिफरेंट टाइप के मार्सुपियल्स जो हैं they occur like kangaroo, banded anteater, Tasmanian wolf, flying marsupial squirrel, marsupial mouse. So all of these different forms they have been evolved from a single ancestral marsupials. So students, also there were placental mammals that have exhibited adaptive radiation. We all know that placental mammals they have also shown adaptive radiation. They have also evolved into different forms, and all of these forms of placental mammals they seems to be parallel in evolution to the different forms of the marsupials which are found in Australia. So placental mammals में भी adaptive radiation हुई है students. Similarly marsupials में भी adaptive radiation हुई है. तो ये जो different forms हैं placental mammals की, ये देखा जाता है कि दे आर कॉमन इन इवोल्यूशन विद द डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स ऑफ द मार्सुपियल्स इन केस ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया, एंड दिस इज नोन एज व्हाट, पैरेलल इवोल्यूशन. सो ये डायग्राम स्टूडेंट्स दिखाया गया है, यहाँ पे दिखाया गया है डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स जो हैं मार्सुपियल्स की. दे ऑल हैव इवॉल्व फ्रॉम अ कॉमन एंसेस्ट्रल स्टॉक बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ अडेप्टिव रेडिएशन. सो जिस तरीके से प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स ने अपने लिम्स को डिफरेंट वेज में यूज़ किया है, सिमिलरली मार्सुपियल्स की जो अलग अलग फॉर्म्स हैं उन्होंने भी अपने लिम्स को डिफरेंट वेज में यूज़ किया है, और इस तरीके से डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स को इवॉल्व किया है फ्रॉम अ कॉमन एंसेस्ट्रल स्टॉक. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, पैरेलल इवोल्यूशन, अभी मैंने बताया कि जो प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स हैं दे हैव ऑल्सो फॉर्म डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स. सिमिलरली मार्सुपियल्स दे आर ऑल्सो फॉर्म डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स, और ये डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स जो हैं दे सीम टू बी इन they seem to be parallel in evolution. So what is parallel evolution? Parallel evolution refers to independent development of similar characters in two animal groups of common ancestry living in similar habitats of different continents. Marsupials and placentals, they are found in different continents, but they have developed similar characters. Due to the similar habitats, this is known as what? Parallel evolution. So different forms देखो placental mammals की वो देखी गई हैं parallel in evolution with the different forms of marsupials. For example, mole, which is a placental mammal that is parallel in evolution with marsupial mole. वाई बिकॉज बेशक इनकी इवोल्यूशन जो है वो डिफरेंट कॉन्टिनेंट्स में हुई है, बट ड्यू टू द एक्सपोजर ऑफ अ सिमिलर हैबिटेट दे हैव फॉर्म्ड सिमिलर स्ट्रक्चर्स इन देमसेल्व्स एंड दिस इज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ पैरेलल इवोल्यूशन. सिमिलरली लेसर एंट ईटर दैट इज पैरेलल इन इवोल्यूशन विद नम्बेट एंट ईटर. माउस इज parallel evolution with marsupial mouse, flying squirrel with flying phalanger, and so on. So this is an example of parallel evolution. So students, this was all about adaptive radiation. Next we are starting the topic Hardy-Weinberg principle. Hardy-Weinberg principle, they were proposed in 1908 and is named after British mathematician Hardy and German physicist Weinberg. Now, Hardy-Weinberg law states that the gene frequency of a Mendelian population remains constant through generation unless there must be any factor to upset it. So what does this principle states? This principle or law states that कि जो gene frequency है एक population की वो constant रहेगी generation after generation until or unless there is a factor which will disturb it or which will upset it. Now students, Hardy and Weinberg. So Hardy, he was a great mathematician, and Weinberg, he was a physicist. So both of these scientists together, they framed the law, Hardy-Weinberg law. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, हार्डी वीनबर्ग लॉ को और क्लियरली अंडरस्टैंड करने से पहले मैं कुछ तुम्हें टर्म्स क्लियर करती हूँ. सबसे पहली टर्म है स्टूडेंट्स पॉपुलेशन. पॉपुलेशन क्या होती है? ग्रुप ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स लिविंग इन अ पर्टिकुलर एरिया एट अ पर्टिकुलर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, दैट इज नोन एज व्हाट? पॉपुलेशन. नाउ व्हाट इज जीन पूल? जीन पूल का मतलब है कि अगर ये सारी पॉपुलेशंस की जीन्स को इकट्ठा कर लिया जाए विद देयर अलील्स, दैट विल बी इक्वल टू दी gene pool. Clear students? So what is gene pool? All the genes or their alleles in an interbreeding population or in a population, that is known as gene pool. Now what is gene frequency? Gene frequency means the percentage of a particular allele in relation to total alleles of a gene present in an interbreeding population. So the percentage of a particular allele in relation to total alleles found in population, that is known as what? Gene frequency. So I think students ये तीनों terms तुम्हें clear हो गई हैं. What is population? Population group of individuals है living in a particular area at a particular time. What is gene pool? Gene pool means all the genes combined together of a population, that is known as gene pool. And what is gene frequency? Percentage of a particular allele in relation to total gene pool, that is known as what? Gene frequency. Now what does Hardy-Weinberg principle states? Hardy-Weinberg principle states that the gene frequencies will remain the same in successive generations of a sexually reproducing population if the following 5 conditions hold. So gene frequency जो है एक particular population की of a sexually which is showing sexual reproduction will remain constant generation after generation if the mating is random, there is no mutation, the population is very large enough, there is no natural selection, and there is no migrations. So in these 5 conditions, the gene frequency of a sexually reproducing population will remain constant generation after generation. Because student, अगर mating non random हो रही है, gene frequency naturally change करेगी. If there is mutation, the gene frequency will change. If the population is small, the gene frequency will change. If natural selection is taking place, again the gene frequency will change. And if there is migration, now what is migration? Migration is a two-way movement, emigration and immigration. Emigration का मतलब moving out of genes from the gene pool. This is known as what? Emigration. And what is immigration? Immigration is the moving इन ऑफ जीन्स इनटू दी जीन पूल. सो माइग्रेशन जो है वो भी जीन फ्रिक्वेंसी को ऑल्टर करता है. सो व्हाट इज हार्डी-वीनबर्ग प्रिंसिपल? द हार्डी-वीनबर्ग प्रिंसिपल स्टेट्स दैट द जीन फ्रिक्वेंसीज विल रिमेन द सेम इन सक्सेसिव generations of a sexually reproducing population if the following 5 conditions hold: random mating, there is no mutation, the population is very large, there is no selection, and there is no migrations. So this law says that in a large population, the gene frequencies of various kinds of genes remain constant generation after generation if mating is at random or in the absence of mutation or natural selection. Though there is continuous transfer of genes within a population, but the overall gene frequency that will remain constant. And this state of stability of gene frequency, तो हम ये देखते हैं कि gene frequency जो है वो constant रहेगी generation after generation if the following 5 conditions hold. So this is also known as Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Disturbance in this Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, which is also known as genetic equilibrium, is considered as a evolutionary change. तो स्टूडेंट, अगर Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium डिस्टर्ब होता है मीन्स अगर जीन फ्रिक्वेंसी चेंज हो रही है, इट मीन्स इवोल्यूशन इज टेकिंग प्लेस. सो अगर जीन फ्रिक्वेंसी ऑल्टर होती है तो ये एक इंडिकेशन हमें देती है दैट इवोल्यूशन इज टेकिंग प्लेस. सो ये जो प्रिंसिपल है स्टूडेंट्स, इसे यूज किया जाता है टू कैलकुलेट द allele frequency at a starting point and then compare it with the frequencies at some future time. So if there is any deviation between the observed frequency and those predicted by Hardy-Weinberg principle, then it will indicate the degree of the evolutionary change. तो हम starting में देखेंगे कि gene frequency कितनी थी. After some time we will calculate the gene frequency. If we find some change, if we find some deviation in the gene frequency, then naturally evolution has taken place and there is no genetic equilibrium. So इस Hardy-Weinberg principle से we can easily determine the time and degree of the evolutionary change. So when there is no genetic change in a population, evolution cannot occur. Hence, when a population follows the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, then the rate of evolution is 0. So when this equilibrium is followed, it means the gene frequency will remain constant and there will be no evolution. So at that time the evolution will be 0. And when evolution will occur, then the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium will get upset or it will get altered. So according to Hardy-Weinberg law, the sum total of all allelic frequency that is equal to 1. Now students, हम Hardy-Weinberg principle को understand करने की कोशिश करते हैं with the help of this equation. So students, ये equation है और ये equation use की जाती है to solve the numericals which are based on this Hardy-Weinberg principle. So the equation is p square plus 2pq plus q square equal to 1. और P plus Q is equal to 1. सो ये इक्वेशन तुमने अपने मैथ्स में भी स्टूडेंट स्टडी की होगी. a प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू a स्क्वायर प्लस 2ab प्लस b स्क्वायर. And a plus b, that is always equal to 1. So here p plus q, that is always equal to 1. Now students, you all must know what is p, what is q, what is p square, 2pq and q square, because अगर हमें ये पता होगा then only we can solve the numerical. Now what is p students? P is the frequency of the dominant allele. This is the frequency of the dominant allele. Q is the frequency of the recessive allele. Clear students? Suppose अगर capital T dominant है, small t जो है, this is the recessive. So the frequency of capital T, that is P, the frequency of small t, that is Q, and P plus Q is always equal to 1. Now what is P square? P square is the frequency of homozygous dominant genotype, that is capital T, capital T. So what is the frequency of homozygous dominant genotype? That is P square. Frequency of heterozygous genotype, that is capital T, small t, this is 2pq. And the frequency of homozygous recessive genotype, that is small t, it is equal to q square. तो students ये clear होना चाहिए. P is the frequency of dominant allele, Q is the frequency of the recessive allele, P square frequency है homozygous dominant की, 2pq frequency है heterozygous dominant की, and q square is the frequency of homozygous recessive. Now students, let us try to solve a numerical which is based on this Hardy-Weinberg principle. So the question is, a gene locus has two alleles, capital A and small a. If the frequency of dominant allele is 0.4, then what will be the frequency of homozygous dominant, heterozygous and homozygous recessive individuals in the population? Now here students, the frequency of dominant allele is given. So P is given to us, it is 0.4. And we all know that P plus Q is equal to 1. So what will be the value of Q? Q will be equal to 1 minus 0.4, that is equal to 0.6. Now what is P square students? P square is the frequency of homozygous dominant. 2pq is the frequency of heterozygous dominant, and q square is the frequency of the homozygous recessive individuals. So p square की वैल्यू क्या होगी students? 0.4 का whole square, that is 0.16. 2pq is equal to 2 into 0.4 into 0.6. So this will become 0.48. And q square है 0.6 का whole square, that is 0.36. So students, the answer is this third option, 0.16 capital A, 0.4a capital A small a and 0.36 small a small a. So इस तरीके से students, अगर हमें पता है what is P, what is Q, what is P square, what is 2pq and what is Q square, we must know all these things. Then only we can solve the numericals based on the Hardy-Weinberg principle. I hope students ये topic जो है वो तुम्हें clear हो गया होगा. So students, today we have discussed in detail about adaptive radiation, and we have discussed many examples of adaptive radiation. We have also discussed a very important law which was given by two scientists, Hardy and Weinberg. I hope students all the things they are clear to you. So students, thank you all of you.